When a nation holds a weapon so powerful that the world dares not challenge it, that weapon becomes more than just defense. It becomes a symbol of power. For India, that symbol is the BrahMos missile, a modern-day Brahmastra. And today, its roar is being heard far beyond the Indian Ocean, all the way to the South China Sea. That's right, Indonesia, the world's largest Muslim-majority country, is set to receive India's BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles. This isn't just another arms deal. It's a bold statement of India's strategic influence, defense strength, and diplomatic maturity. And perhaps most notably, it's a move that's sending shockwaves through Beijing. The rise of BrahMos, India's superweapon. The BrahMos missile isn't an ordinary projectile. It's a supersonic cruise missile that travels at nearly Mach 3 times the speed of sound. With a strike range now extended to 800 kilometers, about 500 miles. BrahMos can be launched from land, sea, or air, giving India a versatile edge unmatched in Asia. But the real magic lies in its pinpoint precision. It can hit its target with centimeter-level accuracy. That kind of precision at supersonic speed makes it one of the most deadly and reliable missiles in the world. It's no surprise that several countries are lining up to buy it. The Philippines became the first international customer, purchasing BrahMos to bolster its defenses against Chinese aggression in the South China Sea. And now, Indonesia appears ready to follow in its footsteps. Why Indonesia matters. Indonesia's strategic location is key to understanding why this deal matters so much. Sitting between the Indian and Pacific Oceans, the country controls critical sea routes that carry nearly 40% of global trade. Among its territories lies the Natuna Islands, located near the southern edge of the South China Sea, a region China aggressively claims as its own. Chinese Coast Guard and naval ships have repeatedly violated Indonesian waters, testing Jakarta's patience and sovereignty. That's where the BrahMos comes in. For Indonesia, acquiring these missiles would be a game changer, a powerful deterrent against Chinese incursions. For India, it's a strategic masterstroke that strengthens ties with Southeast Asia and sends a clear message to Beijing. India is not just a regional power, it's a security partner in the Indo-Pacific. The deal, almost done. According to diplomatic sources, nearly all terms of the BrahMos-Indonesia deal have been finalized. The only pending step is Russia's approval, since BrahMos is a joint venture between India and Russia. Once President Vladimir Putin gives the green light, the agreement will be officially signed. This partnership is not just about weapons, it's about trust and alignment. Over the last few years, India and Indonesia have grown closer than ever before. In January 2025, the Indonesian president visited New Delhi, marking a historic moment in defense cooperation. Later, India's Chief of Defense Staff visited Jakarta, finalizing discussions on BrahMos deployment and joint military collaboration. The growing friendship reflects India's Act East policy, a long-term strategy to deepen engagement with Southeast Asian nations. By supporting countries like Indonesia, Vietnam, and the Philippines, India is helping build a collective security network that balances China's aggressive behavior in the region. Why China is nervous for China? This development is alarming. The BrahMos missile gives countries like the Philippines and Indonesia the ability to strike back in case of maritime aggression. The missile's speed, accuracy, and mobility make it almost impossible to intercept, especially by older Chinese defense systems. Beijing understands that if BrahMos becomes a standard in Southeast Asia's defense systems, China's naval dominance in the South China Sea could face serious challenges. Each new deal expands India's influence and strengthens a pro-India anti-coercion alliance across Asia. BrahMos, a symbol of India's self-reliance beyond geopolitics, the BrahMos deal represents something deeply symbolic for India. It's the embodiment of Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. Once a major importer of defense technology, India is now emerging as an exporter of advanced weapon systems. BrahMos is a perfect example of India's ability to design, produce, and sell cutting-edge technology on the world stage. India isn't just protecting its own borders anymore, it's becoming the shield for its allies. In the era of global defense diplomacy, that's a powerful statement. What makes BrahMos so special? Let's break down why the BrahMos missile stands out in the global market. Speed, travels at nearly Mach 3 times the speed of sound. Versatility, can be launched from land, air, and sea platforms. Accuracy, hits targets with pinpoint precision, even small moving targets. Range, now extended up to 800 kilometers. Reliability, developed jointly by India's DRDO and Russia's NPO Mashinostroyenia, it's tested in real combat conditions. Few other missiles in the world combine these traits in a single system. That's why BrahMos is not just another export, it's a strategic force multiplier. The bigger picture. A new Indo-Pacific balance with the Philippines and Indonesia arming themselves with BrahMos, the strategic balance in the Indo-Pacific is shifting. The missile strengthens smaller nations that have long been bullied by China's maritime expansion. It also helps India cement its role as a regional security provider, not just an observer. Every BrahMos sale is a diplomatic handshake wrapped in steel and technology. From New Delhi's perspective, this is about building an Asian shield, a network of democratic nations capable of defending freedom of navigation and territorial integrity in the Indo-Pacific. The message to the world: when BrahMos missiles finally reach Indonesian shores, it will mark more than a defense milestone. It will symbolize a new geopolitical reality. For decades, India was seen as a cautious player in global defense. Today, it's a confident power helping its neighbors stand up to aggression. The message is clear. Those who hold the BrahMos hold the power to deter. The world will soon realize what China already knows. No one dares to look directly at the one who wields the Brahmastra.